And don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm, there's a golden sky and the sweet silver song of a lark. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on, with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Kicking It Back with Matt. Got my main man Henry with us tonight. What's going on, Henry? Ready to kick it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So as we always start every show, whether you're here, John here, anybody else is here, it's with our shirt. I don't know if I'm going to make it through this season, brother.
Oh, because of all that? I know, right? They really like to put us through a ring of emotions. I mean, yesterday was like, what, happiness in like the first six, and you're like, yeah, I'm ready. And then slowly, longer and longer, you're like, wait a minute, where's the third goal coming? And then you're like, that's not the third goal that I want. That's not the third or the fourth one that I want. But the fifth one I'll take. I'll take the fifth one. That's
Lee had a bet for the final score to be 3-0.
really.
So how do you think he was after the opening six?
Oh, he probably just elated as anything, and then it's just like, well, this is not the goal that I wanted right now.
5 games, and
Good.
it's all taken 80th minute or more to get it done. I mean, I can't complain because we're 5-0.
Yeah, I also think we broke a record too. I think it's the first club to earn their 5 wins in last-minute stoppage times in a row.
Yeah, and we set the Prem record for the 4.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God. All right. I mean, listen, a win's a win. I can't complain about it too much because it is a win. The things that people are griping on, I don't know if you might agree on about what we're playing as, but they're like, oh, I don't think we look that great. What is Wirtz doing? All this stuff. I'm just like, bro, we basically made like a quarter of a brand new team. It's gonna take a minute. It's gonna take a minute.
Well, I was going to kind of ask you the same thing because we unveiled our new shiny toy yesterday.
Oh, you look good.
He looked
You
real
look good
good.
for
And-
someone who is rusty.
And who did you see be a much bigger factor in that game yesterday on the right-hand side?
Oh, Salah was just good. He was just phenomenal. I think Wirtz is getting his stepping. He looked better in the second half. I will say that 100% better in the second half. But I will also say in the beginning he was strong because he had Soboslai with him too, which I liked. I think he needs to play more in the middle.
Yeah, I was going to flat out ask you after 5 games, what do you think of Wirtz? Because we've had a lot of these conversations over at MJ's during the games. And yesterday I saw both good and bad with him in both halves. In open space, he looks really good. I feel like he's forcing too many passes. He should have volleyed
Yes.
that hit late in the second half instead of taking it down and trying to make a pass.
But here's the one thing I will say, and John brought this up, and I totally agree with him on this I didn't really think about it until he said it. He said, think of it. You're the new shiny toy in the brand new middle, which is already stacked.
Mhm.
There's so many in the middle. He said, I just don't think a guy who knows there's already superstars around him, he doesn't want to step out of his bounds and try to overshine and just go above beyond everybody. I think he wants to just settle first, get his feel out more of the club, and then he'll go out and do his thing once he feels more comfortable. Because he said the same thing, like I agree with him too. These are new team for him, our club, new player for us. These are two things that we're still trying to figure out right now.
And he's in a new country.
In new country too, and thank God it's cold because Germany's cold. So that's that. At least that's not too big of a difference for him. But I feel like, dude, he's with brand new players to the right, to the left, to the front, and to the back of him. He can't do things like a lot of us would probably know would come natural to some players because you trust them or you know how they run. I get it. I mean, look at Bobby. How many times did that guy just do a no flick pass because he trusted Mo, he trusted Mane, he trusted his front line, he trusted Jota. I don't think he would do that if he just arrived at a club. Bobby wouldn't, and he never did. He didn't until he finally figured out his team.
Right. And like with Wirtz, like I'd give him like a C plus B minus, which is okay when you're coming into a new club and a new team. So I'm okay with what he's doing because we're getting production from other places. I think like John's spot on that, he'll open up more, feel more comfortable, jive a little bit more, work his way in a little bit more. So I'm okay with him.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, man, I think my new favorite player, Frimpong, dude. I'm gonna
Dude,
I'm gonna go out and get that headband. That dude is awesome.
did you notice him too? It's the same thing he kind of did with like how Silverslide did. I'm okay leaving my spot, going back in the middle because I know somebody else is going to go back there. Sometimes Silverslide went back there himself again. I was just like, hey, you're not playing that position anymore, dude. Get back to where you were. But I think because there's the cohesion between the two of them, kind of like when what he said, Robertson played so good yesterday because he had somebody he knew playing on the left hand side into the right hand side, which I liked. Again, he's got Mo to his right. He's got Gakpo to his left, and he trusts those two. It's not Diaz, where he still would ping a ball. But I gotta say, Robertson, I think we got to do a healthy rotation between him and Kirkes. That I will say needs
I
to be
think
healthy between the two.
I think after yesterday, I think that's what you're gonna get. And dude, in Frimpong, how many times did you see him in the 6 yard box?
Bro, here's the only thing I will say. The only judgment about all the new players: take your shot when you have it. Verts was open more than once. Dude, don't pass. I know you want to give it to Mo, or you want to give it to Ikatike, or you want to give it to Isaac. I know, but bro, we've seen you score a goal. Take it, bro. Take it. This is a team. We have stars, we do. But all in all, I think you might agree with me, Matt. I don't care if it's I don't care if it's Kirkes getting a goal. I don't care if it's Virgil van Dijk getting a goal. Get the goal. If it's yours, take it. Please. Just
Well,
take it.
and here's the thing. I think this is why so far 5 games into our season, 4 in the Prem, 1 in Champions, that we're looking like the cardiac kids.
Mm-hmm.
Because basically, what is every team doing? Like against Burnley on the weekend,
Yeah.
they're just playing 11 men behind the ball because of how much offensive firepower we have. So, like, these lobs into the box, these crosses into the box, we're going to have to start taking 20 to 25-yard bombs, Stevie
Yeah.
G style, Sobo style, to start getting these people to open up more.
That, or honestly, what we saw finally, Mo, what he does best. I will cut through 3 of these players. Just get me the damn ball.
Yeah.
And I feel like we need to start cutting in more. I think we got to open up our attack more. Dude, I agree with you. If we could ping the balls and do it. Go ahead. But if we could get back that force like Diaz dancing in the box and Mo dancing in the box, and listen, Ikatike, bro, yesterday he almost had it, but his long legs got him all fumbled up with himself. Again, I can't get mad at that, Matt, because I can see he was still trying to get the goal. Same thing with Verts. A little bit silky on the feet. Made a bad decision in the box, even though you and I go, bro, you could have shot it and it would have been great. It would have been awesome. But I think these players are still just learning their spot within the squad.
But yesterday, dude, like everybody, they left it to the end, the last couple of minutes. I thought they played really well yesterday, especially offensively. I mean, think about it. Mo dinged the post. We had a lot of chances. We got Atletico to open up, which they never want to do.
No. And honestly, we're playing basically one of the most passionate teams in Spain coming into one of the most passionate teams in England. Like the fan base is just You can still hear the Atletico fan base. They didn't make themselves silent, even though the Anfield crowd tried their hardest. I can still hear them from time to time. And dude, it's like there was 11 Simeones on the pitch. Everybody had an attitude. Everybody was angry. Everybody was everybody was. Dude, the fouls yesterday were just a little bit too. They were basically picking on. Everybody likes to pick on Alec McAllister. I don't know why. I think because he's small, and that kind of hurt him a little bit, and I could understand why. But also, for me, it's like if that's how you're going to play that game, you're gonna have to try your best to get cards, and that's when I started seeing later on we're letting them get yellows on us. All right, cool, get yellows because you guys are getting a little too aggressive right now, and that's fine for me. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, and that's going to be hopefully a nice fresh rotation, right? In those two holding midfielders between Birch, Sobo, and Mac.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, there's no way that Sobo comes out of a game.
No, I don't think so. The only thing I think we're gonna have to do with Sobo is if we're up, we got to take him off. He needs rotation. If we're up a good goal amount, like a 2 or 3-1, then yeah, I think that Sobo's gonna. Because listen, the one thing we all agreed on is that our gas was running out by last season. I think if we had a Liverpool in the beginning of the season, I think we would have seen an amazing game against PSG, which we still did. But I think there would have been at least maybe 1 or 2 more goals. But dude, it was so close to the end of the season. You can tell people were not at their 100%. That's just fatigue over a whole season. We're gonna need it.
And speaking of fatigue, we were talking about this yesterday during the game. World Cup year,
Oh,
right?
dude,
Africans nation,
bro.
our star, 33 years old. He's from Africa. So we're losing him for possibly
A
6 weeks.
month. Yeah, a month, a little over a month. Yeah,
And then he's got to go to a World Cup,
yeah,
most likely because they're going to qualify.
yeah.
They need I think like one more point or something to qualify. What is he going to be next season?
I don't know. To me, right now, is this whole World Cup, and we know it's every summer. We do, but I think there needs to be something along the lines of. So they're already going to change the rules in the Prem for going off to international duty by next season. So we already know that they're going to now make it longer one section, but taken away from another. So we're going to have a shorter week and then a longer weeks, but it's supposed to help compensate for next year's World Cup. All right, let's see how that works. Because I don't know about you, Matt, but I don't see anybody giving 60% at a World Cup. I just don't. I'm sorry. World Cups, you and I both know it's 110% from every single player. Man, we're going to see fatigue definitely, I think, by almost every single club next season. I think we are, because it's right after it. Like the season starts right after the World Cup.
Yeah, because the World Cup is an extra 8 days now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bro.
So let me ask you this because we spoke about it with my guest Brandon last week. With the Dembele injury on international duty and the time frame that he's going to be out now,
How long is Dembele supposed to be out?
6 to 8 weeks.
Holy man, that's huge. That's huge, especially in the beginning of the season. That
So
sucks.
if you're paying a guy 300,000 to 400,000 a week, and they go out and get hurt, and now he's missing Champions League. Forget about League One. They have that wrapped up with or without him. But they have to play Real Madrid in the opening 8 matches, and he's missing the game. Do you think that club owners are going to start putting some type of clause in a player's contract to prevent them for performing for country, or to somehow get that country to pay lost wages?
I think it's going to come to one of those things where they might have clauses inside the contract that when you get hurt, you don't get paid probably your full amount. I feel like that's fair because technically you're not playing. Like I feel like all right, well you're not going to get 4. We're going to put it down to I don't know, 2 or something like that. Make it negotiable. Like something you can call up in pre-contracts and all this other stuff like that. Because like, don't get me wrong, I love and hate international just because of that reason, because of Dybala. Like that's same thing. Do I hate it? No. Who's not gonna love an Argentina versus Brazil? I know I'm gonna get an entertaining game because they hate each other. Wonderful. Get it chippy, get it violent. Awesome, awesome. But also at the same time, with us wanting that comes the consequences of players being hurt. And unfortunately, you and I both, like I said before, I don't know any single player except the USMT players that don't like to give 110% when they play. You know who I'm talking about, Pulisic. You know I'm talking about you. Like that's, I'm so upset with you. And you playing for us was just not that great. But yeah, I think it's going to be one of that stuff where they might have to put things like that down, or like anything else, maybe ask the player, do you really want to go? Like, you're doing great right now. Do you still want to stay? Like Allison, I think, didn't Ali get hurt once when he went to
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
Ali got hurt. And so we had to wait on him like, what, 2, 3 weeks and something like that? Don't get me wrong. We have an amazing backup goalkeeper at that time, but he did fumble the game at Newcastle, which again was a game that we really needed to win at that. Well, because we were like tie and tie with Arsenal, like we really needed that win. But I don't know,
Well,
man.
so here's a couple of other things. Our captain, Verge, he's the captain of the Netherlands team.
Yeah, also Soboslai is.
What are we doing
Yeah,
if
so
he goes down? Like, we don't really have cover for him. Look what happened a couple of years ago when he wrecked his knee. The season just went down the tubes. And then Isak, we just spent $175 million on this dude. Could you imagine when he got that little bit of time last week in that second game during the break? Knock on wood, that he didn't. Imagine if he got hurt and Liverpool we just spent 175 million just to get the guy, not even
yeah,
to pay him.
I know. I think it's gonna come because, like, I think it's the one thing we heard with clubs, especially with Pep and Klopp. I mean, they were the biggest advocates of this too. The more games that you add, the more chances that we're gonna have our players getting hurt. We got to figure out a much better system in which to implement that, because again, these players are not robots, even though a lot of people think they are. You and I both know there's some people who see players like ours that are just like, oh, they're players, who cares, they get paid a lot of money. You and I both know, like, no, because if you treat them like that, what happens when you treat something badly that like you really really want to take care of for a long time? Oh wait, it breaks. Oh, awesome, he's hurt again. Oh great, he goes down again. Dude, it's honestly, it's one of those things where I just don't kind of understand that a little bit. I'm like, all right, well, he's prone to injuries. Let's not play him a lot. Cool, you know.
So why? So like this go into that. Liverpool played at 8 o'clock last night. England time. They have the Merseyside Derby.
You see how
It's
early in the morning.
yeah, 7:30 our time, so 12:30 their time. They're getting 48 hours of recovery. Like, it's just insane.
I think that's why Kays is not on the list for Champions League, brother. I think that's why. I think that was also, I think, the one thing that you and I were probably a little worried about, also letting Harvey go, because he could also play in the middle. Harvey's not bad in the middle. Harvey's just more a facilitator when he plays in the middle. While he's on the wing, though, you and I know he likes to run into the box. I think it's one of those things is why we're trying to build up. I can see why we want a Gahey, not just for the league, but for, of course, like Champions League, FA Cup, we know we're going to be in a lot of competitions this year. Ikitike, glad he's here, because everyone's like, oh, what are we supposed to do with him with Isak here? We have 4 tournaments we're going to be playing in. Four things that we want to win a trophy in. He's going to have time. Don't worry about it. He will have time.
Well, and he's already looked the part, so he's gonna get time.
Yeah.
Whether it's for Isak, whether it's for Gapco, put the two of them up there in the middle in some type of 4-4-2. You saw yesterday when he took Gapco off. What did he do? He pushed Warts out to the left.
Yep. So, like, I think that's what we're gonna see, Matt. It's just, I think what he also said too in the beginning of the season is rotation. I need to see that more. I think he, like I said, he learned last year. I like the one thing about Slop is kind of like Klopp. I made a mistake. I made a bad mistake. I will learn from this mistake. I will never make this same dumb decision again. International break. What did Slot learn the first time? Oh, don't play your stars right away, right when they come back for international break, because they don't look that great. They look sluggish. They look tired. Learn from this, because it's you and I both know, dude. They give out everything when they go play, man. We've seen them go for stupid balls, dives. They will run through box. They will get kicked by a player right in the goddamn chest, bro. We know what these guys do in international duty. It's the one thing we got to worry about is just, again, I don't want to see a player get, like what you said. We just paid for you. Please don't get hurt.
Hey, I mean, we didn't just pay. We paid.
we, we dropped a lot of money.
Yeah.
Liverpool dropped a lot of money. Like something that you and I can't be like, I'll cover that for you. Be like, you like installment plans for 125 years? Cool. I got you covered.
Yeah. And then the one last thing on Liverpool before we dive in a couple of the things is Rio is going to be a nice little part of this thing because
Yes.
he got time on Sunday. I was yelling and screaming at MJ's to put him in, and then he got time yesterday, and he's not overwhelmed by the moment. Clearly,
No.
we saw against Newcastle, but even yesterday, his first Champions League match, a night at Anfield in Champions League is the creme de la creme. And he's just wanting the ball and wanting to go at dudes. It's fantastic. I love it.
Oh, dude, what I'm hoping for him, to be honest with you, is just have another kid who just grows up with all these guys around him, and it's only just going to help him get better. I just feel like how this team goes, it's just like, all right, here's another Trent, basically, a kid who is watching in the system, excited to play, getting his chance, and honestly, he's living for this moment, and you can tell every time he's playing, there's that little smile, and I'm like, I can't help it. The kid is just so happy to play, so let him.
And you know what? Elliot you just brought up about Chiesa and why you think he's not on the squad. I agree with you. But Elliot made a good point yesterday when Lee said, hey, Chiesa's not even in the squad. Elliot said the homegrown player rule for Champions League.
Yep, and I think that's for Rio, basically, because he's he was in the academy, so I think that helps, a little bit right there.
Well, I think that probably was part of the deciding factor.
I believe you could also later on, can't you just add more people onto the list and take somebody out, right?
Knockout rounds.
Yeah, there you go. So listen, we don't know what injuries might happen. We don't know what's going to go on. Listen, if we can keep a healthy Chiesa, again, I'm not opposed to it. Every time he comes on, bro, that guy gives us everything, and I'm never disappointed by Chiesa's effort. I'm really not.
No,
I'm not.
No. So I want to get into what happened at the end of the game yesterday.
Oh, the whole bout with with him and a fan, right? Like, dude, that got a little crazy right there. I saw one of the guys throw a bottle of water at the open cup of water at the fans. I saw that.
So what I've read today and what I've seen on video, Simone, the coach, the gaffer of Atletico Madrid, he got a red card right after we got the game winner yesterday.
I didn't see him do anything though, other than yell.
He didn't. But they showed today, and we just went through it with Suarez at the League Cup final a couple of weeks ago, spitting on somebody from the Atletico staff spit at a fan in the crowd.
Yeah. You know what it is? All right, you probably know this just as much as I do. The one thing I do notice about the Prem, holy moly, are fans so close
I was going to bring that up.
To the staff, also a part of the press. You can see them; they're right between the middle of all them, so they're right behind the press. You could whisper something, and Slot's going to hear you. Simeone's going to hear you. I'm sorry, there's just no way. No one there is not going to learn a little bit of banter in Spanish to say something to Simeone. I can't, because I just know if I had a seat like that at RBA, and I can see one of the animal, and he wherever country he comes from, I'm gonna learn just a little thing just to get underneath his skin to say in their language if he's from somewhere else, just to tick him off a little bit.
Yeah, and he claims in his post press conference that this guy was belittling him the whole game. And not only just the guy that's been all over social media today, but the people with him. And they just wouldn't stop insulting him for the entire game. To me, yeah, it kind of makes sense because you fought back from 2-0 down 6 minutes in to get this thing level, and you're almost there. You're almost out of Anfield with a point. And then Verge comes in with the massive header. And I think probably at that point in time, those fans said something to him.
I
It
the
just set them off.
So the one thing I have a friend and he's an Atletico Madrid fan. And the one thing we both love about our clubs, like I respect his and he respects mine, is the passion. It's there. I mean, bro, we have passion like nobody's business. Like look at the city when it celebrated the win. You can't tell me that's not passion, like at all. And for them, it's like how we say it, it's pasión. It's there. It's in there, and you can tell when they got that second goal, there was belief. And Matt, we shattered it. Like we grabbed the glass face in front of him and just said, "No, not today. I'm sorry. We know why he lost it because he's like,
They were
I
under
had
a
it,
minute. They were
dude.
under a minute away.
That's it. That's all it was. And you cannot tell me. I'm sorry. I don't blame him for what happened. Maybe he could have done better with the reaction, but I don't blame him how he felt. Are you kidding me? He was mad. He was livid. He's like, what are you? And I could tell he was mad at his team. He wasn't mad at us. He was mad at his team because you should have done better. I could tell.
You know, at first, when we were sitting there at MJ's watching this, we thought he was losing his mind on the ref because he felt like Verge grabbed and then pushed the player out of the way to rise up to meet that ball, and it had nothing to do with that.
Nope, nothing. It was basically the people riling him up behind him, and it's just like I get that. I do, but at the same time, you got to understand your stadiums. You have a nice, good distance away from sometimes the coaching staff. You're not literally right behind them.
That's
Like,
what he said. That's what he said. He said these people were right on top of me the
yes,
entire game, and we all know how long a soccer match is.
yes,
90 minutes plus, and that's a. But at the end of the day, you are a professional,
yes.
and this
He
isn't
is.
the first hostile
No,
environment that you've gone into.
no, but it's also
Atletico,
not.
Atletico is known to be a great tournament team.
Dude, that's why I knew when he wanted Nunez. I'm like, dude, Nunez would fit in your squad so easy. That's the passion and the anger you want. I get it. I understand why everyone's like, dude, we want Nunez at Atletico. I'm like, I know why. Because he fits your system. He fits basically your lifestyle. I am here. I'm ready to play. I got all of this inside of me. I'm going to let it out. And that's exactly why he wants it. And I mean, it's the one thing that we told you why we, like me and John, love Nunez is because of that, like literally that attitude. But it can hurt us a couple times. And
I don't think he deserved a red.
I don't think so either.
Because he even shook the ref's hand.
I don't think so. I think his assistant should get a red. I think the guy that threw the cup should get a red. I think the guy that if whatever the video, he should get a red. The training staff that pushed one of the safety guards, did you see that? There was a young kid, he pushed him. And I was like, yo, that kid pushed him back. And I was like, yo, first of all, Simeone, you better tell your guys, I'm the only one to lose my goddamn mind, not you. Me. You are here to help me out. Understand that. And you escalating it alongside with me, you can't tell me, Matt. It's like anything else. Like you have somebody who knows how to rile you up, and he's on your side. The first thing is like, yeah, you can't come to the bar with me tonight. Why? I'm not in a good mood, and I know what you're gonna do, and it's not gonna help me. So no.
What drives me nuts is we just had the Luis Suarez incident against Seattle, and like I'm disgusted by that. By the way, because what a joke of a suspension. He's never going to play in League's Cup again. He's most likely retiring in December at the end of the season.
Yeah, his
And,
legs are done.
and
But
MLS is only doing this because they want Inter and Messi to go as far as possible into the playoffs.
it's their baby, bro. It's the same thing I said. Every new club that came up, it's Garber's baby. And so it's like for him, I'm going to protect these players. Do they deserve protecting? Depends on the situation. But you spat in someone's face, you threw a cup in someone's face. I'm sorry, no, you deserve the same punishment and fines like everybody else. I don't care. And
Well,
it's the same.
and my thing with Suarez is this isn't the first time.
No, it's
This
not.
this is like the sixth or seventh time between ear biting that he thinks he's Mike Tyson, or other times when he spit on people, or
Or the time he bit someone in the arm. Like
Yeah.
he did it, dude. He's a biter. I'm like, dude, didn't you get that out when you were 4 or 5? No, you still got that in you. Like, dude, come on, man.
throwing racist remarks at Patrice Evra.
Bro,
It's like I thought he actually had turned the page
no,
because it's been a while.
no, it's not. It's like anything else, bro. It's somebody knows your button, and when they push it, sometimes you just go off. And last night, I think Simeone's button was being pushed a lot yesterday. Just pushed a lot from the people behind him. And like, I'm not gonna lie to you either. I think he was very angry at his team because they only had to do one thing, just one thing: defend that ball.
Oh
Just
yeah,
defend
totally.
it. Just defend it. And what, dude? Why is it every single time they come, it's him? It's always him that gets goals against us. My God, every single time. And he didn't just get one; he got 2 on us.
Yeah, but the second one, did they give that to him? Because that
They-
went off of Kanate.
No, they did. And honestly, there's a lot of people who don't think it should because he did. I feel like Ali's vision was being blocked. But they didn't even look at it at the VAR. I don't know about you, but that seemed like such a quick VAR, and then they just
Lee was screaming about it being interference.
Yeah, I don't know. It's rough, man. I want to say if it was us, we'd want it because it's against us. It's not. Did he block Ali's goal? It kind of did, but I saw Ali react at the same time as the ball was being shot. That also could just be because Ali's just amazing, and he just knew it might go in that side because he's blocking me from here. He wouldn't shoot here. He would shoot that way.
Hey,
I get it.
And I got to tell you, I watched both the Barcelona game and the Man City games today. Rashford looked good, and that second goal of his.
Rashford was awesome, bro.
Holy cow. That second goal. That was, I mean, even the header.
Bro,
the placement, the power on it.
All right,
that was a great goal too, but that second goal, how he kept drifting right and then comes across. Like, what do they say about quarterbacks in the NFL? If you're going right, do not throw across your body. And what did he do? He fired that thing across his body, and he got so much power on that sucker.
I think he has the best manager to help him come back and help him play better, because I always say this with Hansi Flick. He is one of the most one-to-one managers. If we didn't have Slot, honestly, my biggest pick would have been Hansi Flick because he plays a style that honestly we can win a lot of games with, and he would have money. So one thing a lot of people think about Bayern, they have a lot of money. Yes, they do, but they don't like to spend it. They like to spend it wisely. And Hansi Flick knew that, and he's the same way. All right, we got to work with tight restrictions and numbers. Great, perfect. I already had that with Bayern. I can do this here at Barca. Bro, he just knows what to do. I mean, look at Leroy Sané when he went to Bayern. He was skinny at City, and then literally Hansi Flick said, I don't like that of you. No, you got to earn a little bit more weight. The dude was shredded. The next time we saw him take his shirt off, I'm like, bro, Super Soldier Serum right here with this player. And I think Hansi Flick we're going to see a much better Rashford. I feel it. I think because he's just one of those managers I see. He takes time with the player. And he goes like, no, you need to develop a little bit more. You need to work on a little bit more. And I'm honestly think we're not going to see banger Rashford from United. I don't think so. But if we do, I would love to be proved wrong. But what I do say, I think we'll get an average of maybe 15 goals from Rashford. I think so.
Yeah, I mean, I liked how Napoli battled back.
Yeah.
You know, not Napoli, Newcastle. Um,
You're
they
watching the other game. You're thinking of the City game.
both on.
Yeah.
I have one game on the TV here, one game on the computer here. Did you see the red card on Di Lorenzo in the
No.
Man City Napoli game?
No, I that's the one game I didn't watch. I stayed focused on Barca more.
I didn't get a time to try to grab a video clip of it for us to watch it here and see it. Hagelin was going in 2 yards outside of the box. Di Lorenzo comes from behind, but from the side. Slide tackles, just misses the ball. Hagelin jumps over him, flailing his arms, goes down. Red. I don't like that. Like, I can see it if, like, you're on a breakaway, you know, by yourself, and I come in from directly behind you just to wreck you. Maybe even from the position that he was in when he started the slide, but he was never there to take Hagelin down.
Well, quick question: was he far up enough that he was able to be by himself and make a run?
Oh, he was in on goal. He was in on goal. I'm just saying, like, it wasn't deliberate to just take the player down and create the foul. He, like I said, he just missed the ball. And he had no ill intent. You could tell that he was just going for the ball. And I just think that really needs to be more. So VAR looked at it, called the ref over, and then this is what I don't get. The ref sees it and instantly turns around, red card.
Maybe at times, because you know what it is, dude. You probably agree with me too. We've seen refs who we see him talk. Play me another one from another position. Play me another one from another one. Set the video for the other. Like, we see him. And they're asking him. They show a different angle. They show a different angle. Maybe he's one of those refs that just didn't want to see it. You know,
he didn't even have a chance to, like, talk to these guys on his headpiece because he had so many players from both City and Napoli in his face.
See, that needs to stop. That's where you need to bring the linesman and wherever you are on that side, and then basically say, back off. I'm sorry. That needs to stop.
Yeah, I mean, and you can tell me that I'm totally wrong, like, on that, because Miola, who was calling the game, totally agreed with it.
Oh, Miola was on that one?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He's on so many random games where I'm like, is that Miola? That voice sounds familiar.
Cara said the same thing on race. They all said it's straight red. It's not even debatable. I just think if you have the intent to foul, it's not debatable. If your intent, and it was clear that his intent was going for the ball because he slid in front. He didn't come from behind.
I gotta watch it, man. I gotta see it again.
Out, no studs up, nothing. And they called it. So they went down to 10 men, 20 minutes in. And then what did they have to do? They had to park the bus. De Bruyne got subbed out of the game because they had to change tactics.
City don't look convincing this season, though.
No, and we're going to get into that. But, like, quick question, because I asked the boys yesterday at the game, is it a 2-game sit for red card in CL?
I believe so. I believe it's 2.
Because
but it depends, because if it's violent conduct, I think it's more than 3 games, I believe. I think it's the level of what you do of, like, now, because remember, I don't know if they have recently changed cards. I don't know. Remember, we were supposed to get an introduction to where they tested another league of, like, orange cards or something like that. But I don't. You know what, dude? The rules are so strange, and I think maybe those were the opportunities where I think you and I would have loved how they're starting to do this now in the Prem. Why they got the foul? Why this happens? Not every ref does it with the microphone and talk about it, but I feel like there should be a little bit more on that. but I got to see it myself to actually see, because it sounds like it's like right at the borderline, and maybe that's also a thing too. It's just right at the borderline, and like I think we got to call a red on this.
Because I know in the Prem it's 3. You know,
Yeah, I don't.
unless there's like something that to show to overturn it. Like if you got the red and you didn't deserve it, you know what I mean?
That
And
happened to Diaz, remember? And then they took it away from Diaz, I believe.
yeah, and I'm asking because what's his face from Real the other day? Uh, Danny,
Carvajal.
yeah, he got a red. So like Trent's gonna miss the leg to Anfield. I shouldn't even say leg because they're only playing one game. He's gonna miss, I believe, the game if they have a 2-game sit.
Yeah.
That's good for us. Real won't have it right back.
No, but Denny Carvajal is also getting up in age, and I think that's why they bought Trent too, because we just he's also not.
But
Let me think.
Trent hasn't taken the starting spot from him.
Well, Xabi did say it's all about rotation. I think it's the one thing they need to understand is that the Real Madrid that everybody knew what's before is not going to be the same underneath Xavi. He's going to change things. I'm sorry.
I know.
It's the reason why he won the league.
Is
Is
Trent
he
going to
wrong?
be happy with that?
Trent has no choice. You made the move. I'm sorry that you decided that's the move you wanted to make. I bet Xabi had a talk with you. You don't like it. I'm sorry. It's the same thing that we told Chiesa this early season. Remember, there were talks about him leaving, and the door was open until all we heard is that Slot had a talk with him, told him, "I want you to stay. I have plans for you. There's going to be so many competitions and so many games. I'm going to need you." And honestly, I believe him because we're trying to win silverware in 4 different competitions. Bro, there's something that honestly Trent should have known. And you know what? John said it yesterday. How do you get injured in the first 15 to 18 minutes of a game? That means you must have been training very poorly the last few times. And that's on you if that's the reason why. And you and I both know how many stories we ever heard. I'm done with training, and guess who is still on the training pitch, still working right now? Maybe you're not one of those dudes. We heard it from Milner. Remember, Milner first one in, Milner last one out, all the time.
Always.
And now I heard it from Mo. Mo's the first one in, and Mo's now the last one out. Look at this. The brother takes it off. I could clean my goddamn shirt on it. Like, just stay right there. I'm gonna wipe this dirt away.
Did you see the banger of the game the other day between Juve and now I'm forgetting who they played.
Dortmund.
Dortmund. Yeah, and how Dortmund gave up a 2-goal lead in stoppage time.
Dude, that's why I love Champions League, because you don't know what's gonna happen, dude.
But
you
dude,
don't know.
Imagine watching that game. You get to halftime, it's 0-0, and 45 minutes later, 8 goals have been banged in. I mean, how often do you see that happen in a soccer match?
Listen, it's the one thing why Dortmund's also been going through this weird transition change of managers, bro. They're having internal issues for sure.
Oh,
I think of the players that they buy. I don't know why they didn't go back for Sancho again, especially for like another year loan. Because, bro, you need a guy like him again. You need Sancho again. You just really do. You took a good amount of fight out of Red Bulls from the Bundesliga, so that would have been a great advantage for you too, since Leipzig's been playing. Just again, another team I'm not really happy with right now on the Red Bull side, but it's the perfect time for Dortmund. Should have gotten the right players and actually loaded up, and they didn't, which is kind of like really weird on their end because they actually do a really good job with transfers. They really, really do. And so far this season's been meh. It's been meh. Same thing with Leipzig's been poor. It's I don't know. It's very strange with Dortmund right now. It reminds me of the old Dortmund prior to when Klopp came in and they were messy and not doing so well.
So you hit on it with City. You saw the record that Hagelin set today.
Mm-hmm.
Fastest to 50
goals
in Champions League.
Yeah. That's what happens when you buy a Terminator. It just doesn't make sense.
But I agree with you. Like, already 2 losses. And, look forward to the weekend on Sunday.
Well, I think it's just very simple. Bernardo's getting old where he can't run like he used to anymore, and so he has to play smarter. It's the same thing would happen with De Bruyne. We know that he was losing his legs last season, but he still played smart. That's the whole problem. He played smart. I still see that from there. Now we got to worry about with City is that are the new pieces that are going to come in plug and play. So far, last season, no, they weren't. That defender, what they got his last season, I forget that he's from Georgia, right? He's a Georgian player. Forgot his name. He had a really bad first game. Really bad. And I'm like, I'll take it to Russ, but again, we didn't see him that much starting all the time after that. So he was like, he was playing off and on. I think right now Pep is in that weird crux of like the same last year of United when they were just that big. And then players started falling off. They weren't playing that well. Players were a little bit slower. They were not that United that was that fierce and scary anymore. And it feels like that might be happening with the same thing with City. And I think that's why he got Pep Linders to come with them. Because he's like, what did you do at Liverpool that made the magic happen? I want that here. And I'm like, oh, bro, the difference between us and them is that Klopp had to rely on academy kids and the cheaper options to come play for us and then fill in. You have the money and you keep on trying to buy these bigger names, except for that kid from Georgian, because I'm honestly can tell you I never heard of him before, other than the Euros. He's just trying to buy these pieces and they're just not working. I don't know. Maybe you might agree with me. Maybe they're not. I don't know. I just feel like they're just not working like the way that he wants to. Holland is still going to give it to you no matter what. But, bro, when the dude does not get that ball,
he's worthless.
It's rough. It's rough. And I'm thinking, like, dude, go in the Bundesliga. That's where the kid got his name. And those are the players you should be bringing in. Or really strong, possessive, holding players in the mid that could bring the ball back up front. And, again, give you some beautiful distribution from the ball, a.k.a. a De Bruyne, which you let him go.
Yeah. But it was also time for him, though, to be fair, you know? Like, he just didn't fit into Pep's plan anymore. And it was like...
I don't really like Pep's plan to begin with anyway. Look at Jackie Grealish. Jackie Grealish. I'm sorry. Bro.
There's a lot of rumors. There's a lot of rumors going around that this might be it for him at City.
You know what? I want to see what competition he wins because I'm sorry. I don't see him not winning that silverware this season. I'm sorry I don't. If he doesn't, then, bro, I will come back to that conversation and we can have a deep dive on that.
Well, let's see after Sunday because they play Arsenal.
Yes. And honestly,
if they lose that game.
No. This is the one time I will say, City, I will give you a raise of my glass. That's all I'm going to give you. Go get it. Go teach your little apprentice who's boss because he's done it to you. And honestly, a couple times you've done it to him. You put Arteta back in his place. Be like, still the teacher, bro.
I don't think Manchester really has a shot in that game.
I honestly, hear me out. I honestly don't think Arsenal don't have a chance in that game. I just don't see it. What am I supposed to be looking for? You don't have Saka no more. Who are you going to get? What? Rice? Rice had a good season last year. Look at him this season. He's been meh so far. Meh.
I'm not saying Arsenal has to win the game, but they could come out of there with a point. But you're telling me that City, if they drop points or if they lose, 3 out of their opening 5 games in the Prem are losses.
I will say that.
Did you ever see that from City?
No, but if that does happen, brother, I see January being spent with more of this. I'm sorry, I just don't see it. I just don't see that not happening. If they play okay, or again, this is unfamiliar territory for us until last season. So we're going with season 2 with Pep's random weird losses. And sometimes it's kryptonite, especially like Spurs. Jeez, that team is the kryptonite. I don't know why. I was hoping Forest would have done it, but Forest they're in a weird spot right now themselves.
They lost again with Ange at the helm.
Yes, and again, dude, that owner's just weird. Why'd you get rid of Nuno? That's definitely, we got to talk about that too. That was the most random sacking I ever heard. He was a good manager, but whatever. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think for Pep, he's going to have to figure out what his players are, figure out his system, and also really look at and reevaluate, do I have the right, basically all the right pieces? Even though you and I know you can set up two squads with what Pep has, literally, but it's just not working for him right now. And I don't know. Maybe the system thing is not working for him anymore.
Yeah.
Cause you know, because
Let's,
it's Jackie Grealish. It's Jackie. Jackie's the one thing I'm like, maybe a system doesn't work for every single player, bro. Because the guy that you were wanting him to have goals is now getting them now and assists, and he just looks amazing, Jackie Grealish over there.
yeah. So speaking of that, Everton Liverpool Saturday morning. I'm scared to death of what he might do to our back line on Saturday.
Here's the one thing: Konate has experience with him. Verge has experience with him. They know how to block him out. We saw that last season, and I know it's because it's a Pep system. I get it, 100%. You stay in this position. I don't like any of that silky, free-flowing stuff that you used to do at Aston Villa. I don't want any of that. I want this system. Sorry, you probably would have won more games last season if you would have just let Jackie Boy be Jackie Boy. But you don't. You would like him to play a strict system. Now he's allowed to play the way he wants to. We're seeing that now.
I know this is a derby.
It's a derby.
It's a derby. You know Kirkez is getting the start.
I will say that, but hear me out. It's
Frimpong's getting the start.
Yeah.
Wirtz is getting the start. Isak is getting the start, and none of them have been in a Liverpool Everton derby where they might as well come out and just do bare knuckles.
I think honestly those boys are going to be excited for it. I think this is why they came here for was these big games.
Is this at Anfield or is this at the new stadium down on the water?
I actually don't know, to be honest with you. Let's look that up real quick. I actually don't know.
Because I think the other thing that may very well happen.
No, it's at home. We're good. We're at home.
Okay.
We're home.
So I think the other thing that might happen on Saturday, Man U's got to play Chelsea.
Yeah.
If they don't win that game, like, should we put money on?
He's not getting sacked, dude. He's not getting sacked.
Think?
No. You don't spend that much money in a summer to sack him. Learn, United, I'm sorry. Learn from every season that you've done this.
I get it.
Worse.
But it's rinse, wash, repeat with them. It's with the gaffer coming and going, and it's with the players. And just throwing it. I'm just saying.
The definition of insanity, bro.
That Ratcliffe, dude. Yeah, I mean, you could tell he's getting tired of all this.
But it's also his fault, though. This is also his fault.
I get it.
What did Anmarim say to him before I come over? Let me finish my year with Sporting, and let me come to you so I can come clear-headed with a plan, with everything to come out. And Radcliffe said, what? Either you do it now or you don't. I'm sorry.
Maybe he doesn't get fired. Maybe he talks his way into getting fired. Or maybe he'll just flat out quit.
To be honest with you, I see him quitting first before anything else. But also the silence from that United side and not saying anything and saying even we support the manager, it says a lot. I think right there is just that there's internal. Dude, we always know there's internal issues at United. No duh. You got rid of the tea lady. I don't know what she did to you, but maybe she put too much milk in your tea and you decided to fire. I don't know what it is with Ratcliffe and how he wants to do this kind of stuff. I don't know. But to me, why are you focusing on building a new stadium when you should have been focusing on the squad? Every mistake that you can think of has been done with them. You goes like, oh, yeah, we want to do the thing like Klopp did. You had the dude that taught Klopp how to do it. And you let him go because he says your club needs open heart surgery. I think you need to now eat your own words, United, and go, that guy was right. Let's bring him back and let's go see how we can fix this. Because what did Klopp do? He said it's going to take us time. We're not going to win things right away. He said all the right things that we wanted to hear. And eventually what happened? We started earning trophies. We started winning games. We started having exciting football. The fans were excited. You got literally the fan base growing. The Nike deal was pretty actually good for us, even though the kits, some of them were hit or miss. I mean, look what it got with us. It got us to where we were. We have an extra, what, how many more? We built a 6,000 seat extension, and then we're planning for even more. We have plans for even more.
Oh,
Come on,
dude,
dude.
we've put since Klopp's come, we've put in over 20,000 seats at Anfield.
Bro, this is how you do it. It's a slow progression and little things here and there at a time. Klopp came in. What did we spend more money on? A new training center. Did it help out? The trophies say yes, they do.
Yeah, the game plan that Liverpool came up with and stuck to, 8+ home run, right? Grand slam.
Bro,
They Man, you just, it's like they get one little bump in the road. No, it's not going to work. We
yeah, I
gotta
don't,
we gotta
bro,
pivot.
I don't, honestly, man, I don't know, man. It's one of those things you can ask the fans. And dude, we all get different reactions or answers from these fans. They want to blame the owners. Yeah, you can blame the owners all you want, but does the owners really go what's on the pitch? Are the owners there yelling at the side of the pitch? No, those are the players you bought that you wanted to go fit that style. You can't blame the owners on what happens on game day, bro. I'm sorry. That excuse gets old.
Real old, because to me, the owner's only job is to write the checks.
Yes. And you spent money year after year. Stop blaming everything on the Glazers. Sometimes you need to tell them it's your players, it's your manager, it's maybe your training staff. I mean, what did Klopp also did too? We got a new nutritionist, we got a new throw-in coach. We thought that was weird, but hey, we got a throw-in coach. All right, cool. A coach for Ali, one of the best goalkeepers in the world, and Klopp still got a goalkeeping coach. Why? Because I remember the one thing he said, and it will always stick in my mind. If I don't know something, I will hire somebody who does know more than me in that position.
It's
Perfect.
the attention to detail, and I correlate Man U to being like the Dallas Cowboys because of Jerry Jones. Be the owner, don't be the GM.
Yeah,
Don't be
that's it.
handling the negotiations and signings of free agents. Cut the damn check. Go sit up in your little booth that you have just for you and do that. Like when you get in the way and you don't know the game side of it and how to foresee the talent, you're not in the scouting department
No, but
flying
they
to
got
go watch all these games or
and
watch them on TV.
and who was their scout for years? Woodward.
Yeah.
How? Why? Dude, you're the businessman. What are you doing? What are you doing? And then we're hearing, they're sending people all over the world to go look for people. And then next thing you know, where are these people? You keep on going for stars. You keep on looking all over you bring in Zlatan, you bring in Cavani, you bring in Casemiro. Oh, dude, that's not called scouting. That's called turning on the TV. We could have just done the scouting the same way right there.
And for everybody says like Klopp was the reason for this whole turnaround. I agree with a lot of that, but I also think the greatest thing that ever happened to us was back in 2010 when Fenway Sports Group bought the team.
Oh yeah, I will say that was a great start. They had a
Because
rough beginning.
all I can say is from being from Massachusetts and being a Boston homer in every sport, we didn't win a World Series forever. 80+ years. We didn't win one. They came in, took over the Red Sox, bought the Red Sox, won 4 World Series in 15 years.
And everything was about what? Conserving money, not spending horribly, and sports science.
And what I want to say is they started shedding payroll after that last World Series when they let Mookie go. And I'll be the first one to tell you, in baseball, I'm not paying players for what they did. I want to pay players for what they're going to do. And the way baseball is set up with free agency and all that, I'm not giving a dude that's going to be 38 years old, at the end of his contract, 40 to 50 million a year. I'm just not going to do it. And everybody's been, at least in Red Sox Nation, bitching and complaining about our payroll. But you know what? We have the number one farm system in all of baseball, and we have all these young studs. And what is Fenway Sports Group doing now? These all these promising rookies, they're paying them now.
Bro.
Roman Anthony, they just gave him 60 something million over 8 years. He was in the major leagues for like 4 games.
And you see how you said about how they like the, rookies and academy players and other free agents? I mean, the same thing is going on for Liverpool. Dude, how much money did we make off of the young academy kids that they were the babies that beat Chelsea? And what did we do? We sold them for huge profit.
And what they did to Anfield, they also did that to Fenway.
It's honestly, it's the
same blueprint.
And that's why when everybody thought, oh, yeah, we're going to get the guy from Red Bulls. And I knew who he was because I'm like, that's my club. I know who this guy is. Right. He's coming and he's going to help you. And then because he has strong opinions about your club, you got rid of him. And that was the man that was going to help you. But clearly you didn't want him there. So good luck, United. I mean, you made this trouble for yourself.
And I don't see how they match up on Saturday against Chelsea.
3 at the back? No. Against that running forward Chelsea side? No, yes. Bro, I'm sorry, dude. Yeah. No.
I could see like a 3-0 score.
I see Enzo getting a goal. Write that down. I'm sorry. I see Enzo getting a goal.
I think they're just going to shred through that back three.
I'm hoping they do. I really do. But also at the same time, I also want to see a progression of Chelsea because that's a lot of youth energy that's helping them so much right now. Young, tenacious kids that just don't want to give up. I love that about that. We'll say that about the Chelsea squad. Because it's all young kids, I feel like there's this attitude. Let's just go for it. What's the worst that we can lose? Good for them.
Yeah. Good for them. And look, they looked impressive this week in Champions League.
Yeah.
But so real quick, a couple of things.
I mean, Bayern did slap him around though a little bit.
Yeah, before we get to our pick for the derby, but they were in that game for a while.
They were
against Bayern. And Bayern got a PK. Like, I'm never a fan of the games where you get a PK because it can just change
everything. It does. It really does.
Everything. But, they're young. And, look, they just won the Club World Cup. I know everybody kind of thinks, but winning a cup is winning a cup. And getting the experience of going through tournament play, tournament tactics.
I'm not one of those people that, listen, I love Carragher, but I despise when he calls things Mickey Mouse Cups. Silverware is silverware, bro. Listen, I'm sorry. It's the one thing I got to disagree with him. I hate when you call it a Mickey Mouse Cup because you know what? You would have wanted that anyway. Silverware is silverware.
And you know what? You want your club to get the $100 million.
Yeah. The only thing I will say that I would not consider it like silverware, like huge is the Community Shield. I know it's more for them around the area, but it's still something to be respected though, and it's still something. So even as minimal as a Community Shield, I still will take, man. It's silverware. Just take it. And they beat PSG, not by any chance, convincingly. It's in there. That squad is good. There is a good squad. It's just that day, it worked. It synced. They got over them. And sometimes you and I both know. Sometimes that's your team, and you know how to beat them. Simple as that sometimes.
So, looking at the bottom of the table, John hit it on the head with Wolves.
It's going to be bad.
I don't know. All kidding aside, they might not make it double digits in points.
That's what happens when you sell your literally your leading goal scorer. And you didn't have a backup plan for it either. It was just, you shouldn't have done it. You shouldn't have. I know he wanted to leave, but I would have done the same thing like Newcastle did. I respect them for that. I do. I respect them what they did with Isak, but at the same time, it was inevitable.
And they also got somebody in, who looks like he's going to be a player.
Yeah, but
at Newcastle. But like, all right, we say they shouldn't have sold them. Look at Bournemouth, fourth in the table.
here's I'm going to say this, and I told John, if Wolves continue to do this, 3 or 4 more games not playing well, I hope they bring Nuno back. That was the amazing Wolves side. Possession, beat City,
Mm-hmm.
with that Wolves. Give it to me. Come back, Nuno. You deserve to be in the Prem. You are a great manager. Spurs never gave you a chance. That was a mistake on them. That's fine. I don't understand hiring Postecoglou. I don't get it. The guy is just another Anne Marim, just stubborn, and good luck. Just that's all I gotta say. Just good luck. Like good luck.
Think about it. When we did the Prem preview 6 weeks ago,
We were hoping for Forest.
yeah,
We all put Forest at least on the top, and I'm like, I don't see that now. I'm sorry. You got rid of the dude that got you there.
there's no because these guys they're not going to play for Ange.
No, and you sold his. First of all, you sold Nuno's players. How dare you? I bet he said you shouldn't have let those guys go. 2, you should have invested more in him. He got you close to Europe than you ever been before, and you get mad at him because you missed out. You missed out on a bigger
And
growth.
you just missed. When have we ever talked about Forest making European places?
Now, was technically his first year or second year with Forest? Was that with Nuno?
Second, not a full, but not a full, right? Not a full.
No. So, Matt, that's called progression, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what but it's like I think when we had that text message, I told you what I heard on like a lot of the places.
Yep.
Apparently, the owner has a very bad bipolar problem. Loves you 1 second, hates you the next.
But hey, listen, when you own a football club, and you're progressing and you're on the rise and you're knocking at the door to Champions League, Europa League, again, you just write the check and let somebody else call the shots and run the team.
Don't storm the pitch. Don't storm the pitch. That's not your job. Your job is to.
That's gonna go down in history. Like I'm telling you, that's gonna they'll do like some type of documentary movie on how this soccer club is clawing all the way up. It's kind of like Wrexham, and then all of a sudden,
here's the one thing I will say though, Matt. I learned something from a boss that used to be in the Marines when I was working at a dealership. And the one thing is that you never berate somebody in front of everybody. You take them privately and talk to them, because when you do that in front of everybody, you show your weakness rather than your strength.
Mm-hmm.
Because
100%.
you don't know how to encourage somebody to work better. Instead, you berate them, and now you make everybody else around you go, "That's not a leader. That's a guy that's just going to scream at us. That's not a leader." And as an owner, you also have to play a little bit of a role as a leader. I'm sorry. They look up to you like, we need reinforcements. We're going to come to you. You went down to go yell at him in front of not just a few people, in front of a whole stadium and cameras. He embarrassed himself.
Yeah, and what he should have done at the end of the season was like,
what do you need?
We were right there, right on the doorstep. You did a phenomenal job. What do you need to get us to take the next step? And it's just like, and now it's all just gone, and it's just going to barrel down. And speaking of Wrexham, you know what I read before we got on here? A certain name going there to be the coach.
Who? Actually, I haven't heard that, no. I know there was a couple high names I've heard, but I was like, I don't know if they had a finalized list.
He coached at Rangers. He coached at Villa. He played Liverpool. I read Stevie G.
That is his place, though. I'm not going to lie, though. I think it would be helping him to come back. He wasn't bad at Rangers, so I'll be real. He wasn't bad there.
He wasn't.
Aston Villa was too big of a job for him. He should have gotten something more in the championship. And I think, honestly, dude, good luck. I think if that's what they feel might help him, great. Maybe you need to get back to basics. I mean,
yeah, I don't think I don't think it's Parkinson.
No,
It's
no.
it's just that step up in quality.
Yeah, listen, take the job, earn back, and then like you and I both know, sometimes you have to earn your licks. I'm sorry, you really do. You can't go from going from one league that, let's be real, is not as popular or as strong as other leagues, and thinking, oh yeah, you're gonna make it in Aston Villa.
I don't want him, like, God forbid something happens with Wrexham. I don't want him taking the job because
In case they go down, yeah.
that's not that. It's just fourth managerial job. Like, you had the success at Rangers, you fell on your face at Villa, right? Like, you went to Saudi. Now you're gonna come here and like the championship is still big time.
It is. No,
And
it's very nerve wracking.
yeah, and it's a long season. They play a lot of games, and it's like we've talked about it before. It's a thug fest.
Oh
It's
yeah.
brutal. It's physically unbelievable, demanding. For him being my favorite player, the legacy has a lot to just go down with being the player. You don't need the money. You don't need to be the manager.
I don't mind you being a pundit. I actually liked you when you were a pundit. You did a great job and talked about stuff that honestly was really great. You
He
know,
got elected to the Premier League Hall of Fame.
yeah, dude, like honestly, take your time. Like anything, I would love for you to be one of the guys later here, like in America, talking about the beautiful game. Because I feel like that's the one thing that I know we talked about MLS like earlier, but it's the one thing I feel would also help the league is having a lot of these voices people know talk about the game and explaining it to us. I don't mind ex-MLS players talking about it, but dude, I would love a Steven Gerrard explaining on MLS why you're having trouble getting better in this league. I feel an eye that can see what's wrong with stuff would be great. This is why you don't hit the reaches of the Prem. This is why you don't. You went to the Club World Cup and you got smacked around. I don't care if you have Messi, you got slapped around. you know, and having a guy who also played in MLS, I would love to have the distinctions between the two. And also at the same time, a voice that knows the game much better than a person who's only watched a game. I
Two
love that.
two things before I get your prediction for Saturday. When are clubs ever going to learn with Marino? When? Like, I saw today he just got hired at
By
Benfica.
Benfica. Yep, he's going back
After where
home.
he started, right?
He's
But
going
like,
back home.
when are these clubs going to learn? And hasn't he burned enough bridges to not even get around Europe anymore? Like,
Well, let's count a few of them. United burned that bridge before Mourinho. That I will say. United burned that bridge before him.
that wasn't a fair shake.
Yeah, that was just honestly, I don't know. That was really weird. Spurs, another one. Got rid of him right before a competition. I'm sorry, that was the most dumbest thing that Spurs ever did. You got to be at least maybe agree with me
They've
on
done
that
a
one.
lot of dumb things.
That was pretty dumb. That was really dumb, Spurs. I'm sorry. It was one of those dumbest things. Roma, I thought was going to be a really good fit because of the attitude of the people and the fight, fight, fight spirit. And you know what? Maybe you need a season of being assholes. That's the one thing I will say about Mourinho. He knows how to bring out the inner asshole. I mean, come on, like, dude, it just works. As long as you have one on the team, that's all I need, and the rest of them will come follow. Has he won silver with other clubs? Yes, he did. I mean, he won one with like United. He won you a cup, okay, but
Oh, don't get me wrong. He's brought cups. Look what he did with Porto.
yes. So I will say this: you're taking a gamble early in the year. Do it. Get it out of the way. See how he is with them. Maybe this will bring him back to basics because you're going back home, and maybe like just again this league, the Portuguese league. Yes, it's very competitive, but it's mostly like 3 or 4 teams that are really competitive in that league. But it's also fun and entertaining to watch. To see a Mourinho back in the league, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to watch some Benfica games now. I am going to watch them more because I want to see if this might work. I don't think Mourinho's out. I don't think he's bad. I just think he's got to find the right club, the right team, and the right management that will basically follow his philosophy. Let's look at Chelsea. It worked for him twice. The third time, but let's see now with him there. Because I'll be honest with you, Matt. If he ever said I would love to come play in, I would love to be in MLS, I'd be the first one to put my hand up. I'm like, We need to be assholes. Get
Oh,
me the biggest asshole in the world, please. We need
would,
one. We need one,
he would be unbelievable
bro.
in
You have
MLS.
me and Sean want him so bad. Even though people are like, really, Mourinho? But you don't understand.
Honestly,
Some teams need a kick in the ass. I would love him to be the guy to kick our team in the ass. I would love it to be him.
I thought after the whole Turkey debacle that he would have ended up on this side of the pond.
I need him.
Whether it was in MLS, whether it was in Mexico or South America,
Come here.
I thought this is where he was going to end up. But it actually is pretty cool. You know, he's from Portugal. He's Portuguese, and to go back to where it all started for him, it could be a nice ending to his story.
But I'm not going to lie. I don't want him to quit just yet. I want him to come at least, if anything else, just for the interviews before and after the game.
Yeah, no, because he's a breath of fresh air in what he says.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Like he's unfiltered.
He's blunt. He's blunt as hell, bro.
I mean, his tactics, in my opinion, on the pitch are boring as hell.
Yeah.
But he is a really good manager. It's just that he lets his mouth get in the way.
It does. And I think also at the same time, if you are an owner that wasn't expecting that, then you need to know what you're going to get with them. It's going to be random. It's going to be crazy. There's going to be more talks about him in a press conference than what actually happened at a game. Who told you that? Who told you those stupid things? I'm like, bro,
and going home, I think there'll be a higher tolerance level.
Probably.
Some of his antics. You know, in Turkey, you know, it's been rough there lately, you know, like, and to have like that type of stuff going on,
But I think this is a Benfica side that really needs them, bro, because they're just, they are not good. They're not good.
And they're usually always
pretty good.
A club that you talk about. They have some success in cup competitions.
We got our star boy we did get our star boy from them. Like, I love Nunez. Nunez was just so good over there. That's why we wanted him. He was so good over there, and he played this free-flowing style. Maybe that's the style that he needs more.
All right, so I'll make you an offer. Do you trade Wirtz for Nunez now?
No. If you told me could we keep him, I would have said yes, because he would have been perfect for at least some of the cup competitions. But I just wanted to see Nunez happy, and I think Nunez would have been very unhappy because he would have not been starting. He would have hated coming on 40 minutes on, and I think that's not the banger that we get 40 minutes on. The banger is if we're losing and he comes on.
Yeah.
That's our man.
So the last thing I wanted to talk about real quick, I mean, and we all know it's a done deal, but Messi on this multi-year extension?
Yeah. I'm sorry. He bought a house in Miami or outside of Miami. I forgot where he bought his house. He's staying. The money, the Apple deal is too good. I will say the ratings have helped a little bit, but mostly in just his games, to be honest with you, when he's playing. I think when you have a chance, Matt, there has been a ratings release compared to when it was shared with ESPN, NBC, and Fox compared to when it's solely on Apple TV. I will say, though, because it's solely Apple TV, it does hurt. It does. Mm-hmm. As you said it before, I don't have it MLS package. Is it worth the $10? No, $7 a month. I, as an MLS fan, would say yes. But if you're a casual, I have to be honest, no, it's not.
Yeah, because honestly, with MLS, and everybody knows my opinion of the MLS, I would only put eyes to the TV for Messi.
See? And I got to give you this, though. Apple TV coverage is baller, though. It's so good.
I know,
it's dude. So good.
I spend so much time. Like today, I watched 2 Champions League games today. I watched 2 yesterday. I went to the supporters club to go watch one of them because it was our team. I watched 2 games on Tuesday. I want to watch Real. I want to watch Barcelona. I want to watch some Bundesliga. I love watching Serie A. You know, like, so there's so much other, like, you just get fried. And then I gotta have a life.
Yeah, and then you're gonna have that Granted, I am addicted to
I
it.
I've tried. Listen, we've talked about it. I went to the Red Bulls arena to see Messi play. The atmosphere was incredible. Was the level of soccer incredible?
No,
No, it's just not. And like, I don't know a lot of the names because they're not really names. You know what I mean? And like watching like some of these places have filled stadiums. It's
it's
tough. And then we had Club World Cup. We had the Concacaf Cup, the Gold Cup. We have all these cups going on. It's just there's so
it's
much overload.
it is, but it's the one thing I will say, like I would say for a lot of people, is that you got to find. I think I told you, you got to find a club that you want to watch. You got to actually put yourself out there to go watch them. You can't have this pessimistic view. It's like, oh, it's MLS. Because when I brought people who are football people, I'm like, that's the reason why you can't get into it, because you have this pessimistic. But guess what? I get to watch live footy. You don't.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I feel I gain more than you every day, because you can say, oh yeah, I'm at this one. I'm like, yeah, but do you go to any of your local clubs? Where do you live? Yeah, there's a stadium near you. Why don't you go see them? I don't care if it's USL or anything. If my team went to the USL, I'd watch them in the USL. I'd go to RBA and watch them in the USL if that's what happened. I'm sorry. Like, you got to find one and just be devoted to it.
To be fair, when my kids were younger, they were playing footy, and we had that experience of sitting in the Red Bulls owners box every game. We went to a ton of games, but you also know who they had on the team at the time.
And that's Thierry Henry. I get it.
Yeah, and
Juan Pablo, bro. I get it, bro. I can list out all the names, bro. And then you're just gonna make me depressed. But still, like, I could do all of it, and I understand, and I totally get that. I think just for me, it's just, I think because I think there's always this level of passion, and because I have it different from you. It wasn't Liverpool for me. It wasn't English. It wasn't PSG. It wasn't any of these other. It wasn't like Serie A. It was none of that. My first introduction was MLS. I only watched footy when it was the World Cup. That's about it.
okay.
And this one game, and you heard us sing when you went. That one game, I got like a line I use so much. This might awaken something in me, and it did. And I think that's why for me, MLS is still like, if I'm ever going to get a tattoo first, even though it's going to be like, why did you brand your leg like that can? It would be Red Bulls, because it made me fall in love with footy. It did. And that's why I can never, ever just say FMLS. I just can't.
I'm not saying F it. It's just
It's hard. Oh, no, dude, I know it's hard.
it's hard for me.
It's hard.
You know, the time of the games. Like, I
It,
love the fact that the Derby's at 7:30 on Saturday morning for us.
yes.
Get it out of the way. I got the rest of my Saturday.
Rest of the day. Like, and for me, I totally understand that. But I will say, like me and John and Wilson and Norm, whenever we got a Brazilian guy that comes up and he lives in Newark, the first thing we always say to him is like, why don't you come here? Yeah, watching it on TV is fine, but the rip and the roar is like nothing else. When you got your friends by your side, or supporters, because you've seen our section with arms around another and singing the songs. I don't know. I think it's just because it's engrossing like that for me. I will always say, join a supporters club.
Yeah, dude. And we're trying to get what's his name, John Chewy. But then somebody gave me a great idea yesterday, Elliot, and he said if we could get all three of those dudes from each one of the Red Bull supporter clubs.
Yeah, you know what? It'd be, that one will be. Man, I would have to call Charlie and a lot of people, because I know a lot of the people from each one. It'd be definitely a round table and a half for you. I
Yeah.
feel you should have that towards the end of the season and go like, what are the one things you're not? Because the one thing honestly Red Bulls don't like is bad press, and that's what they're getting right now. And it's the rest of the league too. I think you've seen it. The commercial for 15 years. The first thing all of us said, yeah, you haven't put any investment in all those clubs that are historic clubs. What's going on with that?
Mm-hmm.
What's up with that?
So I read early today, and then I couldn't find it again, that part of Messi's deal is his logo is going to go on to all the Inter Miami Academy stuff.
It's his logo. It's his drinks. It's his shirts.
But it disappeared. like
Uh,
within an hour.
I think honestly they might be reevaluating some of that stuff because you did see the trade-in of his shirt, right?
Mm-hmm.
That said a lot for the club, man. I'm telling you, to see that there was a line
Well,
so long to trade in your Miami FC shirt for a Seattle one, brother. I don't know about you, but that's bad press. That's bad press, bro.
but I'm just thinking. I'm definitely inside the box on this because MLS is doing everything they can to be creative in finding the numerous amount of ways that they need to pay this guy.
Here, true, 100% true. But to me, the hell, the problem, the issue, the holding us back, everything goes to Garber. He makes this normal. You and I both know. And
Well,
I think me and John mentioned it to you. Make the league a normal league. Have the playoffs as your Super Cup. Why can't you just have two tournaments in the same run of a regular league? Those who make the top six on the both the East and the West go to the MLS Super Cup playoffs. Dude, it's the little things that also probably makes a person like you go, what's the play for? What, just playoffs? That's not, I'll watch basketball for that, dude. I'll go watch football for that. Footy, most points, you win. What are you guys doing? I'm like, I know, trust me. It's hard to get the normal football fan to throw out the rules and what they're used to go watch a league that goes like, what are we supposed to watch now?
and let's not kid ourselves. At least for me, Garber's in these negotiations for this contract.
All of it, bro.
This isn't
All of it, bro.
this isn't Inter negotiating
No,
this.
this is him. This is him.
This is Leo. How much money is it going to take for you to continue to play in the MLS?
It's here's the thing. Miami got their stadiums sutured faster than NYCFC. I might hate the Smurfs, but the one thing I felt was disrespect is that right when Garber got a brand new toy with Miami, Messi, and all them, he forgot about the other clubs that he was trying to help out. Now look at them. Now they're finally getting their stadium built. Now, bro, they should have been in a stadium long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you wait so long to do that? In a culture which, let me say this, the fans of New York City thrived for them. They showed up for them in a damn stupid baseball stadium. A baseball stadium I hate going to too. Damn Yankees.
Yeah, it's so unpleasant to watch a footy game.
It's gross.
Baseball stadium.
It's gross.
It's
disgusting.
Like not even watching it in real person, watching it on TV.
It's gross, bro.
Yeah.
And the best thing that we ever seen is them playing in City Field because it's longer. And I'm like, why don't you play? Your colors are the same too, orange and blue. Orange and blue. Why don't you play them there? Yankees are only gray and blue. But why are you playing in? Like, I don't listen. It's the one thing I don't understand. They're playing in Queens now. That's where they're going to be at home now. So that's a little strange.
When does that stadium open up?
I think it's supposed to be cutting ground next year, and it's supposed to be done by, I believe, 2028, I believe, or 2029, I believe. But
Miami moves into their stadium next year.
Brother, it's the same thing. Look what they did with RFK, with DC United, bro. They should have been in a new stadium when they were hitting the highs, and you still made them go to RFK. What is wrong with you? And also the proposition of Baltimore. Why didn't you go to Baltimore? You have 3 stadiums right there. Dude, the city wanted it. Nope. Bro, all these decisions are NFL thinking, and you and I both know you cannot run soccer like NFL. It just won't work. Sorry, it just doesn't.
No, and we'll get into the World Cup stuff further down the line. I know, like the first wave.
We got a while. Yeah.
The first wave
was a mess, by the way. Did you?
Yeah.
Did you happen to get yours?
Yep. And
how long did you wait?
Not long.
Matt, I didn't get in until 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. And I was there right at 11 a.m. And did you get an email about what the process was? Me and Wilson never got one.
Nope.
John's still waiting for his confirmation email. And we're telling him, go fill it out again, dude, because I don't think you're going to get it.
I want to say I got like maybe hour 10, hour 15. But you know what? Like we talked about it last week with my guy, and it's on-demand pricing.
Dude, you're gonna hurt yourself. You hurt yourself during some FIFA Club World Cup games, right? Bro,
60. You've already come out and said that the average ticket price for the final is $6,700. Like,
bro,
are you out of your mind?
it's the only reason why I'm giving my hand claps to Mamdani in New York, because he literally said,
Yeah.
you want New Yorkers to come to this. You have the whole world right here, bro, right here in this city, to take one train or a bus to go see that stadium. And you're going to have them at that prices. You're not having nobody come. And I think he was right, because those FIFA Club World tickets, you sold them for $14. You can't tell me that this was a 100% gain, the FIFA Club World Cup. $14, bro. $8. $8 for a FIFA Club World Cup.
Dude.
You failed, bro. You failed somewhere.
Yeah, it's so stupid. Like, you're just pricing the people that have the passion for the sport.
You can't say corruption anymore. You can't say we're not corrupt. Yes, you are. You are blatantly being corrupt.
How can a family of four?
No. That's my point.
Yeah,
I know I said it like a broken record, man. I know I did. But didn't I say, how are you supposed to engage the next generation of kids if you're pricing them out from one of the best tournaments in the world?
Oh, I think it's the best tournament in the world.
Brother,
it's the World Cup. It's the one cup competition in any sport that brings the entire world together.
Yeah.
You could say rugby, you could say cricket. Those sports don't get the eyeballs that footy does. So I think it's stupid, but that's a topic for another day.
Oh, that we can make a whole hour out of that for sure.
Yeah. But I thought one really cool thing was the FBI director yesterday or the day before. Did you see?
No. Oh, no.
He was wearing a tie with the Liverpool crest on it.
Could you not look like you just did a line when you?
And he was like, but dude, he was like, everybody was giving him, like, who cares? Like, the dude's got the crest on. Big deal. Anyways, we got to jump, but I need your prediction for Saturday.
I will say it's going to be a 2-1. I do see him getting one thing, but I say we're going to play very confidently. I say 2-1.
I'm going to go. I want to take that score, but I don't want to be the same as you.
No,
so I'm going to go 1-0.
I would love that more, though. I'm not going to lie to you. I would love a clean sheet. I'm just saying. I would love a clean sheet. So I'd rather have yours.
I'm going to go 1-0. I love us on the right side. I don't love us on the left side. Kirkez, he's still got to get used to it. He was a little bit too over-aggressive on Sunday.
He was awesome yesterday, though.
He was great. He was great coming on. Robo was great yesterday.
I'm glad he's back.
I'm telling you, Frimpong, dude, I think he's my guy now.
I will say, if Isak plays, let's throw that. If Isak plays, I see a goal.
Yeah, I'm worried about if they're going to allow him to play.
I see 20 minutes.
They might just switch it out and start Hugo first.
I think if Ikatike comes up, starts off, bro, that's where I see my first goal coming from is him.
Yeah, because he looked the part yesterday. All right, so you got 2-1. I'm going to go 1-0. Both going Liverpool, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Are you going to be at MJ's?
I'm going to try to, because that is mad early. And honestly, I hope they serve coffee.
I'm shocked. I asked the question. I said, "Are you guys going to be open?" And they said, "Yeah, we're going to be here."
All right. Well, if you go, text me. If you're going, I'll go.
Oh, I'm going.
All right, then I'll go. Yeah, I'll go. Just please tell me if you get there before me. Be like, 2 cups of coffee, please.
Yeah.
Make them Irish.
All right, I'll see you on the other side of this. All right, hold on. All right, thanks everybody. Talk to you next week.